Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Vintage Vikings, and thank you so much for taking your time today to come and join me on my crafting journey through junk journals and paper crafting. So today I thought I would share my old planner. I decided to keep it because I just thought it was so pretty and I really enjoyed using it. But I'm not really a big planner person when it comes to all of the different bells and whistles that you can get with stickers and all of those things and writing down all of your daily bits. I'm great until about January 15th, and then the wheels fall off and I use it as nothing more than a doctor's appointment minder and tuck some receipts in there. I keep a little thing with all of my passwords on it and that. But I just felt that this was so pretty that I didn't want to just cast it aside. So I'll show you what I did. I'm just prepping it because I don't know what it's going to turn into, but I thought I would cover all of the bits that I don't want in there anymore and go from there. I didn't do anything with this yet because I don't know what I want to put on there, and I didn't want to focus on that and then not get the rest of the book done while I was so worried about this. And I don't want to just slap a piece of paper on it. I'm sure I'll find something, maybe a little frame that I can use as a tuck. I'm not quite sure yet. So this will be changed, but let's just start with this flip through. Okay, so let's open it up. And I have to remember that there's a address right down here. So this was the cover that was already in here, and if you notice, it's the same as the back cover. And what I decided to do was, with the scrapbook paper that I was going to use through here, I was only going to use scraps and not cut into anything new. And so I grabbed my big portfolio of, it's just a scrap, like an old-fashioned scrapbook with the tuck pages on the top, that anything that is bigger than, like strips like this or big half sheets, or I cut just a corner out, I tuck it in there by color so that I can find it easier on those big pieces. And I thought I'm going to limit myself to only using what was in my big scrap bin, and not cut into any new scrapbook paper. So that was a little challenge for myself. So this is the first page. I left the border up here. You'll see that kind of runs throughout. That was part of the theme of this. Okay, address. Then I used the top of this, is the top of one of the scrapbook papers that we all cut off, that usually is, cute, has a little print on it, but it said hello friends, so I thought that would be a nice one to just cover the bottom of what was here. This was the emergency contact, your passwords, your blood type, your whatever, all that personal information is here. I didn't need that, so I covered it with this matching. It almost matches. It's not exact, but it's close. But I didn't quite have enough to cover the whole thing, so then I just thought adding this pocket here would be nice. And so it's a larger pocket. And again, I really just was creative with this. I don't know what's going to go in here. I didn't plan ahead and say, oh, this first page is going to have this in it and my second page is going to have that. I literally just did what I had color-wise to match going through. This part right here, as I'm trying to cover this address, I'm going to leave this here, and so I'm just going to use return address labels and stick them there of people that I tend to pop things in the mail to quite frequently. Okay. I left this just because it was pretty. It looked good there. I don't know, I might do something else with it, but I thought that one deserved to stay there. Okay, this was an extra piece, and this is what some of the pages looked like in there. But I like this because it just said note, so eventually I'll cut this up or I'll do something with it and add it to my journal. All right, so it kind of changed my mind as I got started going through here. This is another one of those information pages that I just decided to cover up. And these are all, and I'll show you where these go. I can take these out. I'll show you what these are in just a minute. But these were 3 different pockets that I added. And then I just took a piece of one of the pages in. See how this has the little blue? There was a couple of pages that had that just as a filler. I used that to cover up the words because I didn't want this top pocket to go beyond And then when you stick something in it, it's going to stick out. I wanted it to be a little lower. So I just used that to cover up whatever words were there. Okay, so every month right before this page was one of these organization, that's all about January, your priorities, the date, the grateful for. And again, I'm not a planner person, so I didn't fill any of those in. But some of those I thought, well, wait a minute, I want to keep those. So I'd already started decorating it when I realized I should probably take all of these out. So this one's already done, and I didn't want to take that out. So I left that one. So January is going to be kind of left in there. I'm probably going to cover it with something, but for now we're leaving it. But I did take the rest of the months and I cut these bits up because I'm sure I can use these somewhere in here or somewhere else. So I thought, why throw away a good butterfly note? Because, all of us paper hoarders, we tend to save everything. And I thought, I'll just tuck them right back in here and fill that up. I really liked these little sayings. I really like the floral pattern all the way throughout, so that's why I left these. And I tried to coordinate this page with what was on here. I'm not a huge butterfly fan, which is odd why I love this planner so much, but the colors and everything I just think are really pretty. So this part right here, I can't show you, this square is where you've got the block of the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the day of the week, the calendar portion, only filled up this part of the page. So I thought I'll just cover that. I covered the January here. Eventually I'll cover those if I want to. And then made a pocket here to cover the calendar that sits down here. And then this just looked too plain. So I took another little scrap to make another little pocket. And then again, I went over here and I had this yellow, but the yellow was only this big. So I covered the whole strip of it. And again, it stops here. So there was still stuff over here I didn't want. So I added a big pocket, which is almost like 8.5 by 11 size, or it's, as you can see, it's the full width of the, but I did put two little of the little half punch outs. So in case I want to, I can put two smaller things in so I can store things this way if I would like. It gives me some options that I don't know what's going to go in here. Whereas if I put the hole here, then really I'd have to put just big stuff in there. And then again, a cute little pocket here. And these colors just matched. It might seem like it's really busy when you've got stripes and these mandala Moroccan and then some pink polka dots, but I don't know, I thought this is a way to just be creative and it's just pretty. All right, loved the butterfly, and I realized I had a bunch of this gingham print that I don't use a lot in my journals. I just happen to have a journal that I did as a custom one that I used this, and so this was my extra. So I thought that looked kind of nice. And again, I did the same thing, covered up the dates, and this down here is a calendar. And what I did was I liked this big long pocket, but again, I wasn't sure what I was going to put in it, so I didn't know if I wanted to be limited to putting big things in it with a middle pocket, so I did it to where there's, you can see that, and then over here along the side it has the same little scoop out so you can grab stuff. And then this is really just stuck down. It's a tag and some scrapbook paper, just one of those ones you cut out of your big scrapbook paper, and it just gives it a little bit of delineation even though it is solid. And then this was just a random piece that I cut off, so I thought, well, I'll just pop those in there so if I need them in there later. I love this one. Everything will be okay. I'm not super happy with how this one turned out. I liked the shape matched. I was struggling a little bit. I did the stripes to match, the colors all match, but this just, I think I might take some later on, depending on what I'm going to do with this page, and add some more tuck pockets or some more blue just to tone all that down. But each one of these is a pocket. And to be honest, I was playing a little bit as an idea for maybe in a junk journal, doing a bunch of corner pockets like that. All right, and again, here's a different way I did it. I just covered up the calendar bit there. I liked leaving the note part. This says notes. I know you can't really read it. I left the May there. I don't know why. I must not have been paying attention, or I must have just not had something to cover it. But eventually, as I go back through this and use it for different things, I may add pockets to this. I may do things with some of these plain pages. But again, this is a little pocket. This paper is kind of sticky. This is a bigger pocket. And then this is a pocket that I thought if I needed to put large pieces in. Just tried to keep it very flexible, very different on every page. Again, tried to match what I could. I made this into a real pocket as opposed to a little fakey pocket. This pocket actually sits on top of that because I didn't if I needed something that was bigger, because you always lose that 1/4 of an inch where it's glued. I didn't want to add that on top of it and make it come even thicker right there, so I kind of just tucked it underneath, I guess. Again, made a secondary pocket and then a third pocket and then covered up the date. I liked this staying on this. I really liked this one, and I remembered that I had just a little bit of a scrap left of something very similar, so I just made myself a little tab only because I could. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Here are the more of these that I didn't want to stress out that other pocket in this long, see, these are nice long pockets. And what I did with this one is I did the trick where you glue this one down first and you only glue the edges like a belly band. So it ends about here, but I did not glue the bottom, so that then when I want to tuck stuff in, I can use the entire width of the page, which for this I don't need to, but I'll put that there. But then this pocket is short and this one just goes behind it. Again, using it to practice a little bit, doing some junk journaling techniques. Turn this page. I love this one. And so here are, I'll keep this page out. So this was the journaling page, and I thought, well, we're always making little scrappy notepads and things like that, so why not on all the pages just cut the to-do lists out? And I thought I would just store them in this big pocket here. Eventually, maybe I'll use them myself, or make them into little scrappy notebooks or little scrappy notepads, cut the to-do list part off. Who knows what I'll do with them, but I thought at least they're there, they're done, they're cut up, they're organized. Made another little shorty pocket there, and then this pocket is, again, it sneaks down behind this one and goes all the way down, so it's a really tall, long pocket. And left the notes there in case I want to write on that. This one was fun. I loved just kind of going crazy with all the different colors and patterns. If you look at it, there's 3 different, there's like a honeycomb pattern, a 1970s swirly orangey pattern, which I would never use this scrapbook paper for anything. It came in a pack that I bought on Facebook Marketplace, and it was only half a sheet or a partial sheet. And so I thought, well, look at that. I'm actually going to be able to use it. Not that I don't like it, but it's just not my idea when I put it into a scrapbook or into junk journals. Even though I love orange, it's my favorite color. These were the last couple of strips that were left on some of the pages in the actual journal itself. There were little strips like this that separate them. There weren't very many, and so I used one in the beginning of the journal, and I thought, well, you know, those are kind of pretty, so I'll just tuck them in here and I'll use them for something. Oh, and here's my my junk bin. Okay, again, mix and match all the different patterns and colors. Where else in life can you just put all these different patterns together? My shopping lists, I just cut those out. Again, turn them into little scrappy pads or use them as shopping lists. Another plain, I love this floral. This I didn't cover up because I know I have another piece that I want to do a long skinny pocket, and I put the glue on the wrong side, so I was letting it dry. So that eventually will cover that little bit up right there. And then we've got a shorty pocket. medium pocket, another shorty pocket. And when that's dry, I'll work on that. And we're already at December. This one, again, I love the fact that I could just use up some of these colors and how much they really did go together. So this is a really shorty one. And this one goes all the way down to here, as well as this one. As you notice, it doesn't just stop right here. It goes all the way down. So it makes it a little more versatile when you're adding things. And this is an actual working pocket for who knows what, but why not make it into a pocket? And then we get to the very back of the planner, and these were just all the extra note pages. I'm going to keep those in here and use them eventually in here if I need to. And then the nice thing is this one had all the stickers. Who knows what I'm going to use the stickers for? I do like these stickers. I'll probably use them in other journals because I'm just not this kind of a planner, as you can see, putting these on all the different pages, and I just don't have the time to organize my life that much. I keep all of my, I'm just covering this. I forgot these are all my address labels for, like, my dad's address labels are in here, mine, my business address labels. I keep my stamps in here, that type of thing. Sometimes I will put bills in here. And these are the planner stickers from my 2022 planner. As you can tell, I didn't hardly use any of those, but I do like them. And every once in a while, I'll put one of these on in a journal or something. I forget that I have them because it was my planner. So there you go. That was just a little flip through of what you can do with your outdated planner if you really like it, and you don't want to just tear the pages apart and use them for something else. You can just cover your planner with all the pages and make yourself a little workbook type thing. I feel like I'm back in junior high school again, where we used to decorate our little trapper keepers and things like that. So thank you for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Have a great day.